September 6, 2024. The courtroom was alive with noise, though it wasn't celebration. It was the sound of a life ending in public view. Ali Abulaban, once known to nearly 1 million followers as Gene Kid, stood frozen. His face was still, his body tense, as the judge's words settled like stone around him. Life without parole. 2 consecutive life sentences. 50 years on top of that. There was no escape, no glimmer of freedom. The reality of it hit him harder than any headline, any comment, any video ever could. The cameras had captured his sentencing, but they could never capture what came next. The real punishment, the unrelenting torment, was just beginning. In those moments, the public might have imagined that prison is a place of order, a system designed to punish efficiently and fairly. They couldn't have known what awaited him in California State Prison, Los Angeles County. Maximum security, set in the relentless Mojave Desert, where the sun turns the air into a furnace, and nights can slice through the body with freezing winds. Overcrowded and violent, the facility is engineered to crush any soul foolish enough to enter it unprepared. Ali Abulaban was now one of them, a man whose celebrity once brought him applause now marking him for a far darker kind of attention. The transition from county jail to state prison is not merely a change in address. It is stepping into a different world entirely. County jail had offered some separation from the general population, some fragile shield from the dangers of other inmates. In state prison, there are no such guarantees. Every day, Ali faces thousands of men whose eyes are constantly scanning for weakness, for opportunity. Men who see his fame as a challenge, a chance to claim notoriety for themselves. Prison has its own rules, and the hierarchy is merciless. Ali is no longer a social media star. He is now a target, a walking symbol of everything that invites envy, resentment, and violence. His daily life is a study in relentless discomfort. Waking before dawn, in a cell barely larger than a closet, breathing air that is thick, stale, and unrelenting. The summer sun transforms those walls into ovens, and no fan, no air conditioning, can offer relief. Lights flicker on at 5 a.m., and the cell block erupts with noise. Metal doors slamming, inmates shouting, guards barking commands. There is no quiet, no privacy, no moment to gather oneself. Every count, every lineup, every forced movement is a reminder that individuality no longer exists here. Ali is no longer Gene Kid, performer and entertainer. He is simply another inmate serving 2 life sentences, a number among thousands. Meals are another battlefield. Cafeteria tables are filled with men whose patience is short and whose tempers are shorter. Where he sits, who he speaks to, even a glance can ignite conflict. One wrong move could bring him face to face with brutal consequences, and the food, gray, processed, unpalatable, is only a small reminder that every part of this life is designed to break him. Ali's fame, the very thing that once brought him fortune, now ensures he will never be invisible. Everywhere he turns, there are eyes watching, calculating, waiting. Behind bars, notoriety is a curse. And for Ali Abulaban, the TikTok star turned killer, it's a weight that presses down on him every waking moment. Every day in the prison yard is a test of survival. The heat beats down relentlessly, burning through shirts and melting patience. Ali moves slowly, deliberately, never letting his eyes linger too long on any one person. Every glance, every gesture, every word could be misread. In prison, fame isn't admiration, it's a warning sign. Men whisper about him, some curious, some malicious. They know who he is, what he did, and the gravity of that knowledge is suffocating. Ali killed his wife. In the unforgiving social order of the prison, that kind of act can brand a man as weak, a target. But the reality is more complicated. Some see him as prey. Others see a chance to rise in the hierarchy by making him suffer. His cell is a world unto itself, a claustrophobic chamber where time is both infinite and torturously slow. Concrete walls, streaked with decades of grime, press in from every side. The thin mattress offers little comfort, and nights are long, endless, filled with the echoes of screams, fights, and the metallic clang of heavy doors. Sleep becomes a rare commodity, stolen in fits and fragments. The oppressive air makes every breath heavy, each moment stretching like a punishment designed specifically for him. There is no privacy, no retreat. Even the simplest acts, eating, sleeping, walking, are dictated by others. He is no longer Gene Kid, TikTok star, and social media personality. He is inmate Abulaban, a number in a system built to erase identity. Meals are more than sustenance, they are a battlefield. The cafeteria hums with tension, a quiet war fought through stares, proximity, and subtle threats. Ali has learned that seating matters. Even a casual word with the wrong person can spark a confrontation. He moves carefully, speaking only when necessary, avoiding eye contact, trying to remain invisible, yet his notoriety ensures invisibility is impossible. Other inmates know his story. They have seen the videos, followed the trial, watched the sensational footage on the news. Some approach with curiosity, others with hostility. Every meal becomes a negotiation, every hallway a gauntlet. The simplest interactions carry the weight of potential violence. And then there is the irony, the cruel twist of fate. The fame that once brought Ali applause now fuels mockery and cruelty. Inmates repeat his videos back to him, twisting the words, the gestures, the personality he once celebrated online. They demand impressions, mock his former performances, reduce him to a grotesque parody of himself. If he complies, he becomes the court jester. If he resists, he becomes the target. He cannot win, cannot reclaim dignity, cannot escape the gaze of men who see his every weakness. His identity has been weaponized against him, and the psychological toll is relentless. Prison labor offers no relief. Jobs are mandatory, assigned at the whim of the system, and pay cents per hour. Laundry, mopping floors, scrubbing kitchens, cleaning toilets. Tasks designed not to teach but to occupy, to humiliate, to remind him that his life is no longer his own. Refusal brings punishment. Loss of privileges, restricted yard time, or worse, solitary confinement, where the mind begins to fray. Ali must work. He must comply. Every action is scrutinized, every misstep punished. Outside, the world continues. His TikTok videos remain online, resurfacing, circulating. New viewers laugh at his performances, then learn what he did. The contrast between the performer and the killer is unmistakable. And Ali experiences it all behind the walls, forced to watch himself being consumed, remembered, and judged, long after the applause has faded. Within the prison walls, Ali Abulaban is never truly alone, yet isolation is constant. Every interaction carries risk. Conversations are carefully measured, alliances tentative, and trust a luxury he cannot afford. Other inmates have already sized him up. They know who he is, what he did, and how the prison's social code interprets those actions. He killed his wife. That alone makes him a peculiar presence, neither fully despised like child killers nor granted any respect. To many, he is weak. To others, he is an opportunity. And in a world where weakness invites violence, fame magnifies the danger. Every step outside his cell, every shuffle down a hallway, every visit to the yard or shower carries the invisible weight of threat. The prison operates in cycles of observation and aggression. Threats are constant, yet often invisible, waiting for the perfect moment to surface. Ali has already received warnings. Words whispered in corners, glances that linger too long, laughter that cuts a little too sharply. Men want to see if he flinches. If he reacts, they will pounce. In a system where reputation is currency, a single moment of vulnerability can define years of suffering. And because Ali's notoriety precedes him, he is a high-value target. Others see his infamy as a ladder to climb, a way to make a name by breaking the one who once captured the world's attention. Even routine tasks are fraught with danger. Showers are arenas of silent menace. Corners of the yard hide eyes that assess, analyze, and plan. The line between safety and violence is razor thin. Guards are present, but they cannot see everything. Prison violence thrives in blind spots, in fleeting opportunities. Every day Ali survives is a day of constant calculation, a delicate dance to avoid attention without appearing weak. And the psychological weight is crushing. He cannot relax, cannot let his guard down. Sleep is often impossible. Nights stretch endlessly, punctuated by shouting matches, slammed doors, and the distant echoes of fights. The body grows weary, the mind frays, and the endless routine gnaws at what remains of peace. Yet, Ali's torment is not only external, it is inescapably internal. He must live with his choices. He must confront the murders of Anna and Raburn repeatedly, each thought a fresh wound. His daughter grows up far away, milestones passing him by. Every birthday, every holiday, every small achievement she experiences is a reminder of what he destroyed. There is no redemption, no opportunity to reclaim lost time, no hope that these moments will ever be shared. The punishment is layered, physical, social, and psychological. Life in prison without parole is a cage, but for Ali, it is a cage sharpened with constant reminders of guilt and notoriety. Even programs designed to occupy or rehabilitate him offer no escape. Educational courses, counseling sessions, and prison labor provide structure but not purpose. Ali has no parole, no release date, no hope for freedom. Each certificate earned, each course completed, is meaningless. They are distractions, small rituals that mark time in a life without horizon. The clock moves inexorably forward, yet nothing changes. He is trapped in a world where time stretches infinitely, a life sentence that is not merely about survival but about enduring the slow erosion of mind, body, and spirit. The hours in prison are measured not by freedom or choice, but by monotony and obligation. Ali Abulaban wakes each day to the same harsh reality. A concrete cell that offers neither comfort nor refuge, a world defined by fluorescent lights and endless noise. Every morning, the buzzer shatters what little rest he managed. Metal doors clang, guards shout, and inmates erupt into chaos. There is no gentle awakening, no private moment to gather thoughts or plan the day. His life is dictated by the routine of the prison, counts, meals, work, recreation, all monitored, all controlled. He is no longer a person. He is a number, a shadow moving through a system designed to strip humanity away. Work is mandatory, inescapable, and demeaning. Laundry, cleaning floors, scrubbing kitchens, or other menial tasks consume the day, leaving little room for thought beyond survival. The pay is microscopic, mere cents per hour. After taxes and deductions, the total might barely cover a small indulgence, if that. Refusing work is not an option. Consequences are severe. Restricted phone calls, limited access to the yard, or placement in administrative segregation, a solitary confinement that gnaws at the mind. Even labor, designed to instill discipline, becomes another weapon of psychological torment, a reminder that he is trapped in a system where every move is scrutinized, every refusal punished, every concession a necessity. The meals are gray, tasteless, and repetitive, yet they carry an unspoken warning. Who sits where, who speaks to whom, and even a fleeting glance can spark conflict. Prison hierarchies are intricate, unspoken, and unforgiving. Ali must navigate every interaction like a tightrope walker, one misstep away from violence. And yet, the deeper torment lies not in the immediate danger of other inmates, but in the inescapable awareness that his notoriety ensures he will never be invisible. Men whisper, mock, and provoke. They mimic his videos, twist his Scarface impressions into tools of humiliation, reducing him to a grotesque parody of his former self. Each act chips away at his dignity, each insult a reminder that his identity, once a source of pride, is now a weapon turned against him. Even programs meant to rehabilitate or occupy him are hollow. Classes, counseling, anger management, none of them change his fate. Ali will never see the parole board. Every certificate, every effort, every small achievement is meaningless, a cruel reminder that hope has been stripped from his life. He is caught in a cycle that stretches endlessly, days melting into weeks, weeks into years, without purpose or endpoint beyond aging and eventual death behind bars. Sleep, too, is fleeting. The noise is relentless. Shouting, fights, clangs of doors, random searches. There is no sanctuary, no reprieve. Long-term prisoners often develop severe insomnia, depression, and mental deterioration. For Ali, these are not possibilities, they are inevitabilities. His life is a slow, grinding erosion of body, mind, and spirit. Every waking moment is a test of endurance. Every day is a reminder of what he has lost and what he will never regain. Freedom, family, dignity. These are all illusions outside the reach of the walls surrounding him. Even behind concrete walls, the world outside never stops haunting Ali Abulaban. His past fame follows him relentlessly, a shadow that refuses to fade. His TikTok videos remain online, rediscovered daily by new viewers who laugh at his performances, unaware or unwilling to ignore the horrors that followed. They watch the entertainer he once was, then confront the killer he became. That contrast is inescapable, a mirror reflecting everything he has lost and everything he can never reclaim. Every click, every comment, every news article becomes another layer of psychological torment, a constant reminder that his identity is frozen forever as the man who ended 2 lives in a moment of rage. The public scrutiny is relentless. Documentaries, news stories, and social media continue to dissect his life, replaying the trial, the evidence, the confessions, the tears, the manipulation. Every detail, every misstep, every calculated act he once thought private has become public property. He cannot hide, cannot blend into the shadows of prison life. The notoriety that once brought followers and applause now fuels mockery and violence. Inmates quote him, twist his words, demand he perform, laughing cruelly at the man he has become. If he refuses, it marks him as vulnerable. If he complies, it reduces him to a spectacle. There is no winning, only survival. And while he struggles to navigate this treacherous social landscape, he must also endure the endless weight of guilt. Each night, alone on a thin mattress, Ali is forced to confront the gravity of his actions. The murders of Anna and Raburn replay in his mind with brutal clarity. Every choice, every moment of jealousy and rage, every premeditated action is illuminated in stark detail. He imagines the life his daughter could have had, milestones he will never witness, birthdays, graduations, first loves, all passing without him. His role as a father exists only in fragments. Brief calls, rare letters, fleeting connections, none of which can bridge the chasm of absence his violence created. The irony is relentless. He built a public persona, a brand, a career. That same persona now ensures he can never escape the consequences. He is a spectacle for the world, a cautionary tale, an object of fascination and revulsion. While ordinary inmates fade into obscurity, Ali's infamy guarantees his suffering remains visible, continuous, and inescapable. The media attention, the documentaries, the commentary, each act of storytelling is a hammer, driving home the reality that he will never be free, that he will never again control his narrative. Even within the prison system, hope is a luxury he cannot afford. Programs, education, counseling, work, they occupy time but offer no redemption. Every effort is meaningless because there is no possibility of release. Every day is another repetition of discomfort, of humiliation, of vigilance. Sleep is rare. Food is poor. The heat and cold alternate with relentless intensity. Threats of violence hang over him like clouds, some immediate, some distant but ever present. There is no peace, no sanctuary, no relief. Every day stretches into the next, an endless cycle with a single, unalterable destination. Dying behind those walls, Ali Abulaban's sentence is more than a punishment. It is a slow, unrelenting execution stretched across decades. He will never taste freedom, never hold his daughter, never feel the ordinary pleasures of life. A quiet meal, a movie, a walk in the sun. Every day in that cell, every meal in that cafeteria, every moment in the yard, serves as a reminder that his choices have left him nothing but isolation, fear, and despair. 50 years or more stretch ahead of him in a cycle of heat and cold, noise and violence, monotony and humiliation. There is no escape, no chance to reset, no possibility for hope. Life without parole is not a sentence that ends. It is a sentence that persists, a slow erosion of mind, body, and spirit. The families of his victims continue to live with the consequences of his actions, their grief unending. Anna's father, her sister, Rabern Baron's family. They are forced to navigate a world altered irrevocably by Ali's rage. For them, every milestone, every quiet moment, every day without their loved ones is a wound that cannot heal. Ali will never understand the depth of that loss. He cannot undo what he has done. The absence he created stretches across years, filling every day with the knowledge that nothing he experiences can ever compensate for the lives he destroyed. Inside the prison walls, Ali confronts himself constantly. He lies on that thin mattress, staring at the concrete ceiling, forced to reconcile with the man he has become. The public continues to watch, comment, and judge. His past fame as Gene Kid is now a weapon used to torment him. Mockery, threats, and constant reminders that he is trapped in a world where his identity is both infamous and meaningless. Every act of cruelty from the outside, every news story, every discussion online reinforces his isolation. He cannot run from his actions. He cannot hide from the reality he created. And yet, perhaps the most devastating aspect of all is that this punishment is self-made. Ali chose the path that led here. Every act of jealousy, every decision to harm, every premeditated move, brought him to a life where every day is a confrontation with his own guilt. In this sense, life without parole becomes a mirror of his crime. Relentless, consuming, and without reprieve. There is no forgiveness, no redemption, no second chance. Just the ceaseless, grinding weight of existence within walls that never end. Ali Abulaban will grow old in prison. He will face threats, endure heat and cold, navigate violence, and suffer the slow decay of body and mind. 50 years or more of living without freedom, without dignity, without hope. Judge Fraser's words were not merely a sentence. They were a prophecy. Ali will die behind bars. There will be no reprieve, no mercy, no release. In this reality, worse than death is not an abstract idea. It is the life that Ali Abulaban now must endure every single day for the rest of his existence.